All right, so on this one, I'm going to walk you through the setup on Repurpose.io so that every time you post a piece of content on your main platform, whichever of the big three you've decided to use, every time you make a post there, it's going to automatically go to the rest like this. So if you don't have Repurpose yet, be sure to scroll down below this video, click the link to set up a Repurpose.io account, and then you'll be able to follow along with this video. With Repurpose.io, you're primarily going to be working in the workflows and the connections. And the first thing that you need to do is go to your connections, and this is where you're actually going to link your accounts with Repurpose.io. And so basically what you're going to want to do in the connections is click this little pink button right here. And this is where you can add all of your social media accounts. So for example, if you have 3 TikTok accounts, you're going to want to do this 3 times with each of those TikTok accounts and get all 3 of them connected to Repurpose.io. Same with YouTube. If you have multiple YouTube accounts, you're going to want to connect all 3 of those accounts. And you want to make sure that you name those accounts what they're actually named on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever social platform. You want to make sure that you actually name them so that you can stay organized, and again, make sure that you know what's connected to what and stuff like that. So make sure that you name them what they're actually named on the platform itself. As you can see here, I have 3 YouTube accounts connected. I have 3 Twitter accounts connected. I have 1 TikTok account connected. But here's the thing, if I come back to connections with Facebook and Instagram, these work a little bit differently because you can have multiple accounts from the same connection. Some people get a little bit confused here, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this part. Okay, so when it comes to Instagram, the Instagram account, what we need to do is first you have to, on your Instagram account, you have to make sure that that Instagram account is set to a business account. Okay, the next thing you need to do is when it comes to anything that is owned by Meta, which is of course Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these different things, it all has to function through the Meta automation ecosystem, and that means you have to have a Facebook account in order for this to function properly. Now, you don't actually have to do much with Facebook. You just have to kind of set it up, and then you don't ever have to look at it ever again. But I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this process so that you know exactly what to do. So first, I'm going to go ahead and open up Facebook right here, and we're going to log in to Sierra's Facebook account right here. Okay, now right here we're logged into Sierra's personal Facebook account, but what we have to do is we have to set up a business page on Facebook. And so on the left hand side here, you can see these are some of the pages that I've already set up on Sierra's Facebook page. And so I'm going to go through the process as if I was doing this for the first time. Okay, so if you were doing this for the first time, then you want to come on this left hand side and you want to find where it says pages. Okay, so I'm going to click pages, and then I'm going to come right here where it says create new page. Now all you have to do here is just basically put in the page name, category, none of this stuff really matters, and then you're going to create the page. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do it, and I'll type in Sierra 6. Okay, for category, we're just going to go ahead and put in model, and bio we can leave blank, and I'm just going to hit create page. Okay, so this will go ahead and create the page right here. Okay, so the page is now created. I'm just going to go ahead and hit next on these steps and see if we can skip through all this stuff right here and hit done. Okay, and that's it. Now the page is done. You don't really have to do anything with this page at all. You don't have to post content to it. You don't have to do anything like that. But what you do have to do is you have to now link the Instagram account to this business page. And once you've done that, that is basically the whole process. And so in order to do that, you're going to come to settings right here, and then you're going to come to linked accounts, and then you're going to connect the Instagram account
right there. And so basically you'll just need to do this for all of the Instagram accounts. If you have 4 Instagram accounts, you'll need 4 Facebook pages. If you have 5 Instagram accounts, you'll need 5 Facebook pages. Each Instagram account needs to be connected to those individual Facebook pages. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come back to repurpose.io. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is come back up here again. This time we're going to go to Instagram. Now with Instagram, basically all of the Instagram accounts are going to be run through this single connection. So I'll kind of show you what I mean by that right here. So I'm going to type in all accounts. Okay, so I'm going to hit connect. That's going to bring us back here. And so I've already done this, so this is what mine looks like. Yours is probably going to look something like this. Now, all of the Instagram accounts are going to show up in here. If they do not appear, if you do not see the Instagram accounts in here, that means that they are A, not set as a business account on Instagram, or B, they're not connected to a Facebook business page. So you need to make sure that they are set as a business account on Instagram and they are connected to a Facebook business page. All right, so these are all the accounts, and so I want to make sure that all the accounts are selected right here. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 selected. I'm going to go next, and you want to do the same thing with the actual Facebook business pages. Again, you don't have to do anything at all with the Facebook business pages. They just have to exist, and they have to be selected in here in order for the automation to work. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 selected right there. I'm going to hit next, and then done, and that is it. So now I've got all of the Instagram accounts connected through this one Instagram connection. Okay, so now that the connections are set up, we can go ahead and build the actual chains.
Now, the way that you set up your chains is completely up to you, but I'll show you kind of how I have these ones set up at the moment. So if I bring the mind map back on the screen right here, we're going to see each one of these connections reflected inside of repurpose.io. So if we look at this TikTok account, it's the user ending in 6005, and we can see that that 6005 account is going to this Sierra Ryan Snapchat account. So if I look at repurpose on here, we can see that connection right here. TikTok 005 is going to this Snapchat Sierra Ryan account right there. We can also see that, okay, the same 6005 account is sending content to this Hey, It's Sierra account. So I should also be able to see that in repurpose, and we can see that right here. This 6005 TikTok account is sending content to Hey, It's Sierra Instagram account. So I can't express how important it is that you actually go ahead and set up one of these mind maps for yourself. If you don't, it's going to be extremely messy. You're going to end up sending, the wrong content to the wrong accounts, double posting and causing shadow bans and all kinds of issues. So I would highly, highly suggest that if you don't have this mind map software, again, it's called Lucid, it's free. You set up an account, and this way you can map out your actual automation strategy so that you know with extreme clarity what is being posted where, and just making sure that you keep everything very organized when you are doing this. So obviously I've already done this, but let's just pretend that I'm doing it for the first time, and I've built out my little mind map right here. I know what's going to be posted to where, and now I just have to actually build it inside of repurpose.io. So let's say I want to go ahead and set up this connection from this 6005 Instagram account, and I want to send that content over to this Sierra Ryan Snapchat account. So if that was the case, I would come up right here, I would click Create New Workflow, and from here I'm just going to follow the steps. Now again, I want to make sure that I name this exactly what it is on my mind map as well. So I'm going to call this TikTok 6005, and that's going to point to Snapchat Miss Sierra Ryan. Okay, so that I know this particular automation is taking content from that TikTok account and sending it to this Snapchat account. I'm gonna hit next, And now we're choosing the source, which again is TikTok. And now I'm choosing the specific TikTok account under source connection. So I have these two separate TikTok accounts, and I want to make sure to choose the 6005 TikTok account. I'm going to hit next. And now the action, we just want to leave that on upload video. Mode, full video. Again, just going to leave that as it is. I'm going to hit next. And now the destination. So this is where I want to actually connect it to Snapchat. In this case, would be the destination. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to choose that Snapchat account right here, Snap, Miss Sierra Ryan. And now it says choose public profile. So I'm going to leave that, and then type Spotlight, which for those of you that don't know, Spotlight is basically the equivalent of Instagram Reels. Okay, so now I'm just going to hit done. And now that workflow is set up. So if I come back to my workflows right here, we can see this new connection has been added. TikTok 6005 over to Snap Miss Sierra Ryan. Now again, obviously I've already done this, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this workflow because I already have one. But the other important thing to keep in mind is that you want to customize your settings to make sure that it's customized for that particular platform, whatever platform that it's going to. So for example, if we look at this connection down here, the TikTok 6005 is sending content to this YouTube account right here. Well, if I open up my settings, we can see that under custom text, I put all my links with Sierra's Beacons page right here, because obviously in YouTube you can add a description with a link and stuff like that. So this is going to automatically populate the description with Sierra's link. I also have, if we scroll down here, we have this automatically add first comment. So every time a video is posted on YouTube from here, it's going to automatically add a comment in the comment section as well, with her link there as well. So you want to make sure that you do this with each individual platform to make sure you're customizing for that platform. So in this case, when the video is sent from TikTok over to Facebook, if I open up the settings here, we can see the same thing. I've added a custom text because Facebook Reels allows you to add a link in the description. And so again, I've got a custom call to action with Sierra's link right here, and that's going to be automatically posted on every single Facebook video that comes through this automation. Or if I look at the Twitter one, for example, we can see that I have a bunch of hashtags right here that are on the spicier side, because I probably wouldn't be able to get away with using these hashtags on Instagram, but Twitter is not going to have a problem with these hashtags. So in this case, I went ahead and put all of these, spicy hashtags. So every time a video goes over to Twitter, it's going to automatically have all of these hashtags, and that will, in some cases, help the video get more views. Okay, so again, if we look at the mind map right here, every time a video is posted onto TikTok, it's going to automatically go to Snapchat, Instagram, and then when it goes to Facebook, it's going to automatically add that call to action with a link. When it goes to Twitter, it's going to automatically add all of those hashtags. When it goes to YouTube, it's going to automatically add that description and the comment. And then I also have one more automation here with Tumblr, which I'm using a separate app to build that automation. Honestly, this is not proven to be very useful at all, so we can just go ahead and skip Tumblr. But again, we also have one other thing going on here. We have this Google Drive folder, which I can just go ahead and upload a bunch of videos into this Google Drive folder, and it's going to automatically schedule those videos, and it's going to send those out once a day to TikTok. So how did I set that up? Well, if we go into repurpose, we can find that automation right here. The thing is, with this particular automation, I have this one set up to go out on a time schedule, because obviously if I drop 50 videos into that Google Drive folder, I don't want all 50 of those videos to just instantly be uploaded to TikTok and get the account banned or something like that. So I have this one on a time schedule. The way that you do that is, as soon as I click this auto button from manual to auto, it's going to ask me a few questions right here. So first, it's going to ask me if I want this to be based on a publishing schedule or if I want it to be based as soon as possible. So in this case, I want this one to be based on a publishing schedule. The second option here is I can choose new content only. However, if you have something like, 1,000 videos in an old Google Drive folder, you can actually set up one of these automations to start posting all of your old videos that you've collected over the course of years or whatever, and start posting those once a day or twice a day, or however you want to set that up. So if I were to click these options, we can see that I can select all content, new and existing. So there's a few different options here. In my case, all of the videos in that folder have already posted, so I obviously don't want to post them again. And so for that reason, I'm going to have this set to new content only. Every time I drop new videos into that folder, it's going to start scheduling them. And then the other option here is I can click oldest to newest or newest to oldest. In this case, I like to have it on oldest to newest. And now I can go ahead and move on to the next step. This is where we set up the actual schedule. So in my case, I have it set up to post a video every day at 4 p.m. So for example, if I were to drop 50 videos into that folder, it's going to start scheduling them to be sent to that TikTok account at 4 p.m. once a day. And that's it. So again, if we look at the mind map here, if I were to drop 50 videos into this Google Drive folder, it's going to start sending one video per day at 4 p.m. over to TikTok. And then as soon as that video is published on TikTok, TikTok is going to automatically repost it to all of these other accounts over here. And then when it goes to Facebook, it's going to add a link with a call to action. When it goes to Twitter, it's going to add all of those hashtags. When it goes to YouTube, it's going to add a link in the description along with a comment. And so hopefully that adds some clarity on how to specifically set that up. Now, again, there's a million different ways to do this. This is just the way that I have it set up at the moment. You can set it up however it makes sense for your particular strategy. There's a million different ways to do it. And obviously every single person's strategy is going to be a little bit different. So of course, just, do it however it makes sense for you.